Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and this time I'll be rating all the Fnaf games, including the 4 fnac games, and I'll just be putting them to what I like the most and the less, just from solely what I've seen. I have not played or beaten every single of these games. I have gone to night 5 in the first game. You already know how far I've gotten. I've beaten the first 2 nights and I was done. Not even played. Completed completely. It took me a long time, but it was pretty fun. Haven't even played. Almost beaten it. Yeah, I got 3,000 points and then I was done. Haven't even played it. Well, I have done night 1 in the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 game, but no more. Haven't even played it, haven't even played it, haven't even played it, you know it. So yeah, let's start in chronological order with the FNAF games. After all the FNAF games, we'll do the Five Nights at Candy's games. So first off, the original, the one that started it all, Five Nights at Freddy's, the first. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good game. It's the first game, and Scott didn't expect it to be that popular. It was his last attempt before he would quit being an indie game developer. And you know, it little did he know this would bring many more games that would probably make him rich. I bet you he's probably very rich. But you know, it's the classic game. You close some doors, use some lights, the original 4 with Golden Freddy, all the lore in it. No one would have thought that would have been such a popular game. I think it was pretty good, although it was the first game and Scott didn't expect it to be that popular, so the lore wasn't that big as it is now, since it's only the first game. It's pretty good, but still, I find that it's pretty good. It's not the best, but there's also a lot of RNG, just like this game. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it's Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but it adds even more things to it. More animatronics. The music box, which is a real douche. Flashing your light into Foxy, which is a real douche. When I was younger in 2015, this was my favorite game for a while. I've already said that in another video, but it was my favorite game for a while. I've grown out of it. I guess it was due to the hype back then of FNAF 2. I still think that a few people like it a bit too much for what it's worth. I'm a bigger fan of the later FNAF games. Those just, ooh, these are really good. The earlier ones, from a FNAF world, it gets good for me. It's pretty good. Alright, next, I've only done the first 2 nights, so I'm gonna be placing it next to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So yeah, I'm placing it next to Five Nights at Freddy's 1 because I actually like the game a bit more than all the others have. But that's mostly also because I haven't gotten as far as the others have, since I've only beaten the first 2 nights. But yeah, this is a video on how far I've gotten on the games and what I think of them so far. Later, these opinions will definitely change, especially over these last 6, because I haven't played them really a lot. Those are gonna change a lot. I'm not gonna talk about them yet. Their turns will come. But FNAF 3, it introduces the event system with the audio. I think that's a really cool thing. You have to watch out for the jump scares, the phantom animatronics. I actually like the phantom animatronics, even though there's only one animatronic that can kill you, Springtrap. I really like the lore around it, which is what boosts it up to be. If it didn't have the amazing lore and had just the same lore in the first 2, then it would have been C. But it has a really cool lore that, you know, I just really find it interesting. The 2 endings, the good and bad ending, the mini games, they are all really interesting. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, it's just from what I've seen. I kind of want to put it in between those 2. If there was like a C plus or B minus that I just had now, then I would definitely put it there. But for now, I'll put it just right behind FNAF 3. It's a little worse than FNAF 3 in my opinion. The lore again boosts it up this high. There are so many little lore bits. The box, the bite of 1983, not the bite of 1987, Markiplier.
Was that the bite of 87?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Markiplier. Dang it. But it was the bite of 1983 and all the lore around it. It's really fascinating. The people calling it out as a crying child, even though it's not. It was just a child of William Afton, the man behind the slaughter. I don't have much to say about it because I haven't even played it, so... But it looks interesting, and it's probably the second scariest out of the series behind FNAF VR. It's still pretty good. Okay, people might hate me for this, but I actually like FNAF World more than FNAF 2. FNAF World, it's a different take on the FNAF games. It's not like a main series game. There's a little bits of lore, little bits only though. Like baby killing Henry in it, even though it's not canon to the main series. It's more canon to the books, which the books are still pretty interesting, although, with the current problems going around, it's not that easy to find those books. But when I have the time, I'll definitely try to find one of the FNAF books. I'll just start by The Silver Eyes because it's the first one. But we're talking about FNAF World, not the books. The lore is okay because there wasn't that much. The gameplay, it has an RPG style, and you guys don't know this about me, but I am a big RPG fan. Friends for me in real life will be like, yeah, alright, yeah, he does play a lot of RPGs. I played the Dragon Quest games, Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, that's the game that I'm playing right now. But FNAF World, it has the RPG elements, and I just really like it because it's RPG. Also those extra mini games that you have in the Halloween place, I don't remember what it's called because I haven't played it in a while. It was also pretty fun, although it was really annoying to get the coffee pots. I remember having a lot of trouble with that one to the point where I gave up, but 2 years later I tried it again and I almost first tried it. I guess it's because I had a lot more experience at that time. But yeah, FNAF World, pretty good game. I like it more than FNAF 2 and all the other ones that are here at the moment. It's pretty good. And then immediately gets beaten down by FNAF Sister Location. Again, another different take on the FNAF games. It has you have Funtime Freddy that you have to keep asleep, I guess. Well, you restart some machineries, and also the Ballora minigame, which is pretty fun, although I wish it was a little harder, because I would have loved to see my favorite YouTubers get jump scared by it a lot more. Although I really do like the Ballora minigame, but I wish it was a little harder and a bit later. The Night 4 minigame with the Ballora mini arenas. Yeah, I was gonna say them little Balloras, but they're mini arenas. It looks really hard, so definitely look forward to me beating it. I'm gonna fail at that a lot, I can tell. But it's just a really fun game. You've got the custom night as well, which looks interesting, although I'm not gonna try and beat it because I have the complete series and the candy games that I still want to play for you guys. Maybe later I'll try and beat some of them. I will not try to beat the Golden Freddy mode or whatever, because it looks really hard. There are 10 animatronics I think again, although they don't have an annoying wither Foxy that you constantly have to flash your light on, but you can't again because you're constantly being blocked off by all those other animatronics. That's also why I don't like the game as much as these. The sister location is a lot less RNG based, except maybe for the custom night. I don't know. I haven't played it. That's why it's called. So from what I've seen so far. So don't judge me, please. Please just don't. I will play them eventually. It's pretty good, but it's time to move on. Okay, so Fnaf Simulator or Pizza Simulator, Pizzeria Simulator. I actually like the game. I will probably remember this game the most simply because I played the game before I had an operation on my toenail. Yeah, it was ingrown, but that we shouldn't talk about that. But I played it just before I had that operation, so I really have it ingrained in my mind, and I still do, even though it's been quite some time since I did it. It's been 5 months since I've played the game, and I'm looking forward to also playing it for you guys. Not as much as Sister Location, but also what I really like about the game, also the simulator part, I really like it, and there's extra mini games. I will try to 100% complete it. But what I really like is that night sequence when you have to look at the animatronics so they don't come in, play some audio, unclog the toilets. The atmosphere is really fun. It's really cool. The number one thing that matters for me a lot in a game is atmosphere. I don't know why, but if the atmosphere and I have some good memories with it, then it could probably be one of my favorite games. But although it's kind of short because you only have 5 nights, you don't have a 6th night, you don't have a custom night, and there are only 4 animatronics, so that kind of drags it down. But it's still really good also because it's free. You can just download this game and play it as long as you have Steam or even Game Jolt. You can just download the game and bam, you're playing it. You don't need any money. It's just free and it's really good for a free game. I think it's even on mobile if you really want to go that far. Although I wouldn't play it because I'm not a mobile gamer. I really like PC games. It's pretty good. Okay, up next, Ultimate Custom Nights. This game, really challenging. You've got a lot to think about. Never gonna beat the 50 modes with all animatronics. Just don't expect me to ever do it. That's just signing a death contract for me. I'm never gonna do it. The farthest I will ever go is unlocking all the maps. That's all I will do. I will not play more. I will not try to get 8,000 points, or I'm just gonna try and get the last map and then I'm done. That's already challenging enough for me. I'm not that good at these kind of games. But I haven't played it that much because I only got to 3,500 points, which already was kind of challenging. Oh god. Kind of challenging, okay? I don't really have much to say about it. The bits of lore, the Golden Freddy ending, it was pretty cool. And also the old man fishing, really cool. Okay, so we're almost done. We still have 6 more, we're halfway there. And up next, Fnaf VR. Okay, yeah, every older person has this in their S tier. I know. But when you see how much love that's put in the game and how awesome it looks, and just how scary it is, which is what it's going for because it's a horror game, it's just amazing. I already got very scared in night 1 of the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 game in Fnaf VR. just because I saw Chica and Bonnie walking past me. It was so scary. I don't have that much to talk about it because I only have done that one night. There are lots of games. I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't have much to talk about it. But I can tell that the Curse of Dreadbeard DLC is something I'm not gonna get soon. Also because I live on my own and I don't want to ask my parents for it because, no, I just feel guilty whenever I ask for something. But you're not gonna see me doing the DLC very soon. Everything looks really interesting. Every minigame looks fun. And I'm not kidding, literally every minigame looks fun. The one that looks the least fun is maybe the Fnaf 1. That's the one that looks the least interesting, and that's the one I've done so far, and it was already very fun. I think that's saying something. I'm really looking forward to the Night Terrors. The one minigame that I'm looking the most forward to is sadly in the DLC. It's that minigame where you have to guess which animatronic is behind the door. That's my favorite of them all. But from everything I've seen, I just really love the game, and I really just cannot wait until I'm playing this with you guys. It's amazing. Pretty good. Okay, up next, I don't know what this game is even about. I've seen someone play about it, and you get some random endoskeleton at the beginning. You look around your room, you wait for a bit until some weird shadow appears and you have to zap it or something. And I think you have to do that multiple times, and so on. I don't know, that's all I've seen. And if that's the case, that if that's all you do, then it still belongs in C. I will just do a gameplay video unless I really like it. I'll just do a gameplay video whenever I've completed all of these games, beaten all of these games. Even the candy ones, I will do this one. Or maybe after FNAF here, I'll do this and tend to the candy games. I'll just play this once and then I'll be like, okay, the game is okay, I guess. But if I actually find it really good, I will probably do a part 2 or even 3. But for the time being, I'm not looking forward to playing this game. But as someone who was a big fan of it, and it's a free game, so there cannot be that much wrong with it, right? Since it's a free game. I just don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, the game looks good, I guess, but not as good as FNAF VR. That's for sure. Yeah, it's pretty bad, from what I've seen. Alright, off to the candy games. I don't know a lot about these. The only thing that I actually know a decent amount of is the third game, mainly because my friend sucks at it. He only got to the 5th night a long while after he first played it. He got stuck on the first night for a day straight. I'm sorry, my friend, that I'm saying this, but it was hilarious when I found out. But we're talking about the first game, not the third one yet. So the first one, it's a lot like the normal FNAF game. But I think I like the atmosphere a little bit more. And also because I don't know a lot about it. I guess it can do a lot right, but at the same time it can do a lot wrong. If the lore is better than FNAF 1, I will keep it up here, but if it's worse than FNAF 1, I will keep it under here. But right now it remains a little bit above the middle of all the FNAF games. Or right in the middle, actually. I don't have much to say about it. All I know that there's this candy character, and then there's also that female candy character, and some other kind of Springtrap character that's covered in mud or something. And you've also got the rats in the first game, I think. But I don't know a lot about it. I'm pretty sure it's a lot like the first game, FNAF 1. But, candy. And I will be playing the remastered version, not the first one. I'll be playing the remastered one. It's pretty good. Alright, the second one, I think I'll be putting it right under the first game. This is the game that I know barely anything of. I know that you have to put your monitor up. You have some cell phone buttons and some other kind of button that I don't know anything of. You can flash your light to see if there's an animatronic in front. Wait, huh. Now that I think about it, it actually sounds a lot more interesting. I might be putting it above Ultimate Custom Night. Pretty good. The game that I don't know that much about it, but then again, I do. I've seen Markiplier do all 6 nights. There's some weird knockoff marionette guy in the 6 nights. You also got some white cats that for some reason teams up with a rat. I don't know why, but they do. And you've also got a puppet in the 6th night. I know that there are some mini games in the 3rd game, which I think could be interesting. But otherwise, I don't know a lot about it. I know that it's kind of like the Fnaf 4 game, so I don't know. This is the game that will probably have to go down a bit. And in case I actually find it pretty good, it will probably stay here. It's pretty good. Okay, the last game, Fnac 4. I don't know almost anything about it. This is the game that I know the least of about all of these. Also because it's the newest of the Fnac games, and also not a lot of YouTubers have made a video about this game, including Markiplier. Like, where's your videos on Fnac 4, Markiplier? Come on, Marky Moo. But we don't know anything about this. I mean, I don't, at least. I just don't know anything about it. I know that it kinda has the FNAF 3 style, but kinda fights. That's kinda all. But it looks pretty good. I guess that's it, huh? FNAF AR Special Delivery is at the bottom, and VR is at the top. Man, why do I have to play the best game and then right after I have to play the worst game in my opinion? Also, this is still opinionated. Only the games that I know about so far, how much I know about the games, how interesting they look, and in case, how interesting they were when I played it. Sister Location and FNAF VR will probably stay in their place. I don't think any of these games will be better than them. FNAF World might be passed by one of the candy games. Maybe. But so far from just seeing what they are like, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I lost a subscriber. Please help me back up. I'm poor.